Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Trails in the Sky. Last time we managed to get the key to the abandoned mine from the Elder, and we now have permission and time to explore that mine. But before we go that way, I want to go on a little trip around town and talk to everybody, because I'm pretty sure they have something updated to say about it. So we might as well. Ooh, picture one. Important person? And a lace, okay. Isn't that you, Sherazard? It's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you since the last time you were here during your training. Hey, if it isn't Annalise, what are you doing here? Well, we had a request to exterminate the monster in this area. Oh, really? So, how has your swordsmanship been coming along? Have you started mastering the use of that weapon? Let's avoid that subject right now. I'm still working on it. By the way, Sherazard, are you here on a job for the guild? Yeah, something like that. Although the job's a little different from the one you're handling. Is that so? Well, this region has been becoming more dangerous recently. Make sure to be careful. Oh, one more thing, Sherazard. The region has become really dangerous recently. Make sure to be careful. Oh, nice. So she's also a fellow bracer. With the picture, the getup, I'm pretty sure. I started this place with my childhood friend Apple. Of course, I was the one who invited her to join me in this venture. She's a bit of an introvert, so I wasn't sure she was up for it, but she was surprisingly eager to give it a shot. Right, what do you have for us? Apple ice cream and fresh juice. Just 2 recipes, I think we can swing that. Having said that, I think I mentioned in the last episode, maybe it's time for us to make some use of the food we've gotten. Especially for the ones that we haven't unlocked as a recipe, which is in general the one that we have a 2 behind instead of a 1. So let's go for it. Because I don't think we actually have to have use for it. Yes, learn the recipes. If it's up to me, I really would like to have the entire book full by the end of Trails. So if we go to the 2nd chapter, we are well versed in all our cooking skills. Do we already do that? Potluck? No, we did not, because I think potluck would be a very nice one, because it has a revive capability to it. Alright. Look at that. All those recipes. Ooh, still very lot of recipes to go, but I think the remainder for this in this area are all from the lake, because there were like 6 recipes there that we could potentially buy. So yeah, at some point we do need to do that before we head over to the next region, because I'm pretty sure we will eventually go to a new region. This is actually a very nice one. It's a very low revive with 50 HP, but it's made of monster carapace, so it's something that's really easy to get so far. So we can potentially make 18 revives. Very nice. So I do need to buy some new ones in the store, because I think I'm out. I think I used it with one of the extermination requests we got. I know I'm a bit shy, but I love doing this job. We get people from all over interesting stories about the world, and it makes me feel all warm and tingling inside just hearing them. I'm so happy when someone who stays here before comes back again. I do understand that. It means that your job has done well. Hey you guys, did you find something out? I can't say for sure, but I don't think the thing you saw was a dream. Really? Yeah, we're going to do a little more investigating, so please give us a bit more time to see what we can come up with. Okay, good luck to you guys. He's a nice kid. He just wanted someone to believe in him. Shop till we drop, and it's only produce. Well, I think we need to wait till we get back to Bose. Hopefully nothing too harsh will come across when we get into the mine. We should be fine, right? Pascal relies too much on those orbment run machines. And look what it brought him. Fruit that tastes much less delicious than mine. I just don't know how I feel about shipping out something like that from Revenue Village. Yes, be proud of your work. Be proud of the nature way as you went instead of the orbment way. I get what Gray is trying to say, but I think the Pesca is the best idea. I think we should sit down and discuss this, as it's really important to the whole village. It's not like I want to turn everything into a mechanized cultivation. To begin with, orchard cultivation is difficult to do with machine anyway. Even if we use orbital machines to help us out, a large portion of the work would still rely on things done by hand. And as it stands, we don't have enough people here in the village to do everything by hand. This is why I think we should use machines where we need them. I thought when he said that they use orbment that he meant actually the process of processing all the fruit. But I think he's just talking about transportation and getting them off the trees using orbments. Because that would actually be nice, but that will just boost our production and you can focus on creating something else with your hands from the apples that you harvest. But yeah, I really love raising fruit myself, so I'm glad that I came along with my husband. It's been a while coming, but gradually we've been able to confide in the other villagers. But Gray is someone who'd never been able to get close to. He's stubborn, he's old. He's a geezer. Alright, let's go to the mine and let's start investigating. Alright, let's hope the key actually works. The gate is secured with a heavy chain and padlock. Let's use the key we borrowed from the village elder. Used abandoned mine key. Phew, that was one heavy gate. Yeah, let's have a look inside, shall we? I don't know about sky bandits, but I can definitely sense monsters in here. Everyone, stay alert. I didn't expect anything less. So I wonder how big this place is going to be. Is it going to be like a full-fledged mine? Or just like a tunnel that will take us to the Sky Bandits camp? Maybe it's a little bit of both. But we definitely take out a few of the enemies. Just to see if we have any experience from them and can use it to level up. Or if it's just a small bit, meaning that we are on the appropriate level to do this.
Seems you came up short.
Nope, I think we're good. Well, I still want to defeat them for the Sepith. Because we can never get enough for that. And who knows, knowing me, there's a good chance I will mess up because I want to do it faster. Let's use the door strike. Oh, that petrify really did a number on the guy. First it petrified it, and second it broke it. Really good. It does seem that these enemies are really susceptible to magic. Maybe that's the reason why Petrify actually worked, because it's just 10%.
Seems you came up short.
Well, that was only a short crab, these heroes are, so don't mess with him too much. Okay, so there's the other side, which we cannot read from here. No. Oh, it's just water. And a broken gate that lays in the water. Like someone tried to lean on it and it broke. Would definitely be something I would be willing to pay for to see. Maybe some members of the Kappa family that are a little bit more vocal towards Estelle. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing those fall into the water. You know who I'm talking about. I got him just in time. And then we're gonna use shirt. Oh no, stay close together, please. Still a beautiful attack. And we're just getting started, so we can definitely take everything here. Now let's go for the strongest of the bunch. Do you want to use the hurricane? Yes. Oh, that's too bad. They do get pushed a lot. 66, not 69. Oh well. Do need to make sure that we heal after this. Alright, now it's nicely in the middle. Yeah, I think now it's time to just finish them all off. And even though we've been using the CP, it's still 100% recharged. Oh, I was hoping that he could get it. Oh well. It's not like it's killing him.
We're good to go.
Right. Maybe we want a little bit more for Joshua. He got beaten up quite badly there. Another broken bridge. Are we just on the search for... Ooh, never mind. I was just gonna say, are we in search for the non-broken bridge in order to get through here? Man, it's bright in here. Isn't that the... Psst, quiet, Estelle. It looks like we hit the jackpot. Oh, that's definitely the Linde. And their own personal airship. Forget about the heavy things and focus on the food provisions and the valuables. And hurry up, will ya? It's only a matter of time before someone finds this place. Understood. What's an airliner doing in a place like this? I guess that kid wasn't seeing things after all. This looks like an area that used to be used for strip mining. It certainly turned out to be a great place to hide something of this size. Yeah, who would have thought to look here? Look at that! Aren't they loading the airliner cargo into their own ship? Let's worry about that later. We've just got to figure out a way to bag these guys before they get away again. Yeah, beat the crap out of them before they realize anything happening. So, this is our third trip, right? Man, Don can be a real slave driver sometimes. Oh well, once it's all taken care of, we'll be able to sit back and negotiate a nice fat ransom. Hold it right there. Who in the... The scorching flames of justice shall never fade away as long as evil thrives in this world. The League of Extraordinary Racers have arrived. Definitely a Estelle way to get into the place. The League of what now? You bonehead, why do you always get carried away like that? What's with you two? Now I look like a big fool saying this stuff all alone. You're the ones who just said had a run-in back in Roland. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early. It can be right? We're not supposed to be here this early? What the heck are you talking about? In accordance with the law of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with the hijacking of an airliner and its passengers. I hope for your sake you'll come along quietly. No, hold on a minute. Are you trying to tell me that only the 3 of you came here to arrest us? You see anyone else, Bandit Boy? So you're not involved with the others then? Then that simplified things. Let's get 'em, boys. But that's always a bad thing. If people start to underestimate us. We're not to be underestimated. No one has... Ooh, but only the head boy has a pre-weakness to elementals. Alright. I'm gonna sacrifice the 200 CP from Joshua just to do some extra strikes. I'm gonna see if he can take care of this. He can definitely take care of that. Yeah, I just wanna make a short measure of this. And make sure that no one else stands around Charizard. Except the enemy, but I don't think that those are affected by friendly fire. It does look like he's about to throw a grenade at her. Impressive. Not enough to take us down, but still very impressive. And stoned. Beautiful. Right in the middle. Now she can hit all 3 of them as well. Ah, she misses one. Oh, that's a bit sad. Damn, it's going so well. If this continues, I mightn't even consider using my S-Craft. Just save them for whatever lies ahead. Unless people decide to start missing. Okay. Alright, let's just walk. He cannot run away from us. He can miss us though. No, let's focus on healing Charizard. Since we do have the luxury to do that. Okay, so he does have a better defense than the rest. So maybe whip him good with Charizard after the next attack she has. No, I think we're gonna use it after Joshua, and that way he's gone. Potentially without doing anything. But I am gonna keep Joshua's in the spells. Yeah, a good whipping for Kyle. You know he loves it.
Are we done already?
Ah, you guys are tougher than I thought. It's no wonder Josette got beat by you 3. Sweet talk won't get you anywhere, buddy. It's time to surrender and let the passengers go. You really don't know anything, do you? What was that you called yourself? League of Exceptionally Dim or something? Hey, you're making fun of my awesome team name? You're dead. Look out. Oh, would have been cool if Estelle just hit it back again with her stick. What is this? You gotta be kidding me. Another smokescreen? It's too bad about the rest of the cargo, but we'll just have to live without it. Later, bracers. Oh, some of it got in my eyes. Don't worry, it's not poisonous. It looks like it was just a typical smoke canister. Their ship is already out of sight. This is getting really old. It's not once, but twice now they've gotten away. if you get demoted for this at the guild, there's not much I can say in my defense. Oh, Shira. Quit acting like it was all your fault. Yeah, we're responsible for letting them get away too. If we've got time to kick ourselves over this, then there got to be some other constructive thing we can do. Well, well, you sound like you should be a senior bracer. Well, at least we're able to take back the airliner, so how about we have a look? The passengers may be inside. Right. Yeah, and I've been thinking with how Agate in the last episode was reacting to the news that Cassius was among the kidnapped people. They said, no, Cassius would not let that happen if he was there. What if, because he was going on a mission that he got retrieved in that letter of his, what if he never went with the airliner? It was just a ruse, so he could just go in a totally different direction so nobody knew where he was going. Because if Cassius is as great as everybody thinking he is, he would have beaten the Sky Prize when attempting to kidnap all the people on the airliner. So the only logical consequence of that is that he isn't there. That's my theory, at least, for why Cassius hasn't done anything, or why people are so adamant that he wouldn't be made captive if he was. Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Okay, so we have two pathways of mines that we can still traverse, hopefully. But let's do a little slight investigation of the Linde. Wow, it's pretty barren here. There's not a piece of cargo left. Evidently, the Sky Bandage managed to make off with it all. At least judging by the looks of things. At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place. Here's a lift car. It looks like the same type of those at the landing port. The Sky Bandits probably used this to move the cargo. Maybe? Is there anything left behind that we can use as evidence or something of what they took? I wonder what this is. It's the Orbal engine control panel. It looks like the flow of Orbal energy has completely stopped. You know what does it mean? That they took the fuel? There's an Orbal engine panel control. The Orbal energy appears to have completely stopped. Yeah, exactly what Sherazar was saying. But thank you for reiterating. Alright, I think that may be the captain's chambers. Let's go. No, there's more here. It is. It looks like this is the captain's seat. If these were any other circumstances, I would love to sit here. Oh, don't you even think about it. No, it's an investigation. Respect all the evidence. Here's the steering wheel used to pilot the ship. I wonder where the pilot could have gone. Probably with all the other kidnapped victims in some sort of cell somewhere. We still have a few rooms here, but I doubt they would keep them on the ship itself. It would not be logical, to be honest. It's bright in here. There's a lot of light shining into this place. Because it's a luxury airliner. This poor potted plant doesn't look like it's gonna make it. Bunch of plant murderers. It probably hasn't been watered for days. Damn. Now we want them even more. Ooh. Ah, out on deck. It's probably the other side then. So no rooms. Just more seats. Alright, that's everything. You think so? Yeah, same text we had before. Nothing here. Doesn't mean we just need to look into the tunnels we were seeing? We don't have time to be looking anywhere else. Right now, our first priority should be investigating the airliner. Okay, so there is a point we haven't investigated yet. I must have missed it somewhere. Because if they keep asking about the airliner, then there has to be something I still need to see. Looks like stairs, doesn't it? I think it's just background. Yeah, there's nothing else but those two things here, so it has to be one level higher. Or it must be something on the outside. I think we're just missing one interactable spot or something. Ooh. Or we just need to go outside after seeing everything. Okay, we checked it over, but it looks like there's nobody inside. Yeah, there's a high probability that passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship, and then to wherever their hideout is. Agreed, but this sucks. Right when I thought we had some clues, we're back to zero. Come on, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hit the airline in a place like this? As far as I can tell, the Orbal energy in the ship has completely stopped, which means that the Orbal engine was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because Orbal energy in an orbment gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits made multiple trips to carry off a large amount of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would have been more effective just to take the entire airliner to their hideout? Yeah, that does seem like a little odd that it didn't. So, why did they hide the airliner here then? Because their hideout is not big enough to accommodate the airliner. It has to be it. All I can think of is that they did it in order to sort the cargo, move the hostage aboard their own aircraft, steal the Orbal engine, keep clear of the Royal Army's search party, ditch Linde because their hideout is somewhere weird. The only two that makes any sense is to keep clear of the Royal Army search party, because there was an abandoned mine and they didn't want to go through the trouble of getting the key. And the other one is to ditch the Linde because their hideout is somewhere weird. It's not that the hideout is somewhere weird, it's somewhere they want it to be and keep being hidden. I'm gonna go with this one first, because this seems more logical. This is mostly based on my own theory, and this we actually know because of the lock on the mine itself. And to steal the Orbal engine, there's not a reason to keep the airship here. They could do that at their hideout if they had enough room there, so yeah. Same with the hostage aboard their own aircraft. But yeah. It is true the airliner is rather large and easily seen, and in that sense it would seem highly likely that they would leave it in a different place than their hideout. However, that alone couldn't be considered a decisive reason. For my guess, I would imagine their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Exactly what I was theorizing about. Maybe 10 to 15 arch in size. In short, a peculiar place on which only a small aircraft like the Sky Bandits airship could land. Interesting. How about terrain covering with extreme differences in height like mountains and ravines? That seems like a likely place for the Sky Bandits hideout. Yes, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do anything else. There is possibility that their hideout may be in a place we can't reach by foot. Then what can we do? Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share our conclusions with the army and ask for their cooperation. Because they're the ones with the patrol ships. What? Now you're trying to tell me we should go crawling back to the army and ask them for help? Either way, we still have to report to them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I still think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if that means bringing the hostages back safe and sound. I guess you're right. This isn't a time or place to be letting my personal feelings get the best of me. For the time being, let's get back to the guild and report our findings to Lugran. We should be able to contact the Hakken Gate if we use the Orbal telephone. Yeah, the device behind their counter. So yeah, okay. So, fully investigated the place. I think, like I said, time to get out of here. And are we still able to go into those side paths? Never mind. I think the army already got here. Huh? What the heck? Great. There was something I did not expect. I wonder if we should be glad since they saved the trouble of having to contact them. Oh no, with General Morgan, I wouldn't be too surprised if you blamed us for it. Because this guy really hates bracers. We have found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands in the air, all of you. What is the world coming to? A woman and 2 kids are the Sky Bandits? Huh, the girl does look shifty. Hey now, that's just rude. And who are you calling Sky Bandits? Can't you see this shiny emblem on my chest? Huh, the bracer emblem, huh? I hope you don't think for a moment something like that proves your innocence. General Morgan? Why are you here? After looking over the reports of my men, I found this place to have been insufficiently investigated, so I came to see for myself. Who would have thought a lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits? Might I get you to stop with the accusation, General? We happen to find this place one step ahead of your men. If that's the truth, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside the airliner? We almost had the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape. And there's no hostages to be found here. It looks like the truth has come out. Most likely you notified the Sky Bandits to let them know we were coming. Wait a minute here. How about you cut the crap? My thoughts exactly. Alright men, take them into custody. Yeah, his hatred for the braces is really clouding his judgment. Yeah, it really is. Oh well, as soon as he comes to his senses and we get our call to the Bracer Guild, I'm sure everything will be sorted. Because it just doesn't make sense that we will be part of it. The General will be questioning you himself on the morrow. If your innocence is proven, then you will be released in 2 or 3 days. So for the time being, this cell will give you a place to cool your heels. Yeah, and let the Sky Bandits manage to get away. Because 3 days is a lot of time. This is not even funny. Tossing us in a place like this without even listening to a word we have to say. Hey, if the army managed to arrest the Sky Bandits, then I'm sure we'd have our names cleared. But with the way things are at the moment, that may not be a possibility. Why not? You remember what the Sky Bandit leader we fought in the old mine said, right? He said, this can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early. If I remember correctly. Now you mention it. He did say that, didn't he? You're not trying to tell me that he meant the army by that, are you? I don't know for sure, but I would bet that that's what he meant. Which means that the Sky Bandits have a mole in the army. Or a collaborator who is leaking information. That's what you're wanting to say, isn't it, Joshua? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, they'll never get caught. Which means we were the only ones that stood a chance of nabbing them. But now we're stuck in here. I wonder how your father would get around this little setback. My. Well, don't you all seem to be a bit of a fix? Huh? Did you just say something, Joshua? No, I didn't say anything. It came from the cell next door. It almost sounds familiar. Oh, how could you say something so heartless? Olivier? My lustrous voice should be recognizable to anyone. Could this unfounded self-confidence and ton of absurd narcissism belong to? It's you, isn't it, Olivier? Ding ding! Ah, you do remember my dulcet chords. To think that we'd meet again in a place like this. It seems that we are bound by destiny. Why are you here? I thought we took you to Bose. And you're now locked up in a place like this? What the heck did you do? Ah, come on now. Let's not worry about the little details, shall we? I have my reasons, which are deeper than the deepest oceans and higher than the highest peak. I'm definitely not asking now. I'm sure we did just get tired while you talked our ears off. What a coincidence, Estelle. I was just thinking the same thing. So there you have it. We really don't care to know. You talk so much that I'd probably be an old woman by the time you were done. And I'm not ready for wrinkles yet. Come on now. Let's not be like that. I'll fill you in on all the little details of the tragic incident which befell me. You don't listen, do you? We don't want to hear about it. It all began after we parted ways. I did some window shopping in the Bose market and then moved on to the Enteros restaurant. You see, once I had eaten to my heart's content, I began to play the grand piano to then feed my artistic soul. And upon doing so, the restaurant manager was overcome by my skill. And probably his inability to pay the bill. So I was asked to stay and work as a professional pianist for the restaurant. That's good and all, but I thought you were supposed to be a lutist. A musical genius is not limited to just one instrument. Anyway, back to my story. After negotiating a few of my own conditions, I accepted the job offer. Those conditions were, of course, food and wine for free every day instead of Mira. I don't know how to put it, but that's so very you, Olivier. Yet, I'm not sure how that has anything to do with you getting thrown into jail. Oh well. This is where the real sob story begins. That night, I had been enjoying a plate of sautéed duck I had the chef prepare. But the blood sauce which had been used was a little too overbearing for my palate. Consequently, I began to feel that normal red wine was not satisfying enough. The more you talk, the more I want to hit you. But go on. I am curious in spite of knowing better. Well, so I bought a bowl of wine which seems good from the cellar. Something called Grand Chardonnay from the year 1183? Grand Chardonnay from the year 1183? That's the legendary vintage wine that was auctioned off in the Royal City. Ooh, aren't you well informed? I heard a rumor about it too, so of course I was interested in having a drink for myself. Auctioned off? How much are we talking about here? From what I've heard, it went somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 Mira. 500,000 Mira? For just one bottle? Oh, that's out of this world. And you didn't, did you, Olivier? Huh, such a needless question. Of course I opened the bottle and had a sip. Its sweet-smelling fragrance tickled my nostrils. Its luxurious mellow taste caressed my throat. And can you believe what else? A rose-tinted vignette of time and space existed within that very bottle. I don't think I can listen to this any longer. Yeah, my ears are bleeding from listening to such stupidity. And remember, Joshua is used to Estelle, so this is saying a hell of a lot. I'm completely dumbfounded. The sad thing is that after taking a sip of such excellent wine, I began to feel the food was lacking. And as I was having a chef cook me up something else to match the wine, the restaurant manager returned, and since I'm not a stingy fellow, I cordially invited him to join me for a drink. But for some odd reason, he got rather upset. In fact, he got so steaming mad that his face looked like a ripe tomato. And before I could say another word, a group of soldiers came filing in. And well, one thing led to another, and it was the next day. I can't say another word about this tragedy of being dragged all the way here without coming to tears. So let us weep together as I sympathize with my dilemma. Idiot. Pardon? But do my ears deceive me? I could have sworn I heard a Z and a Z, and even an assuredly misheard idiot coming from your cell. Huh. Are you listening? This is where the story gets really interesting. You see, several further trials awaited me after I was brought here. Hello? Hello, are you listening? Yeah, at some point we were... Hey, you three, get up. I'm tired. What's wrong? What are you trying to tell us we're being interrogated this early in the morning? That's a little early for me. No, it's just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there a reason for this? Yes, I like to consider myself that reason. Let me guess. Is Mayor Mabel or her maid? Because that's the only one that could have persuaded General Morgan. Yeah, I knew it. Mayor Mabel? Well, what an unusual place to be meeting you. I'm really sorry about everything that happened to you, but don't worry, your names have been cleared. I don't completely agree with everything, but this is a request coming from Mabel herself. You'd better remember to thank her. So you mean Mayor Mabel stood up on our behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes, I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Cassius Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I'm his adoptive son Joshua. I see. Now that you mention it, the girl does slightly resemble Lina. You knew my mother? Yes, I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Roland. Why, in fact, we even met once when you were just a little baby. Now wait a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's? I know that he was in the military before, but I don't know Cassius Bright the Bracer. The only Cassius I know is the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist? Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. To be honest, General Morgan, I think everything makes you angry. Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. What's wrong with him? It seems like your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried several times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I didn't know that. Somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that's the case, the general's hatred for Bracers may stem from Cassius leaving the army. From the vexation of being left by one of his most promising men. I get the same impression. So what you're saying is, our lives are such a pain because of Dad? Oh, that dirty, rotten scoundrel! How about we return to Bose now? With the airliner being found, the situation is taking a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Is something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. Oh, now that you mention it. What could it be? No, we're not forgetting him. He's gonna stay in there. He has to serve his time for that 500,000 mirror mistake. Oh, how callous people can be at times. How could you forget about the companion who spent the night with you in a cold, hard cell? How lamentable, how pitiful. Fine, be that way. I shall wither away friendless, hungry, alone in this dark purgatory. Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry to say this, but there's not much we can do for you. Hey, is he the musician I heard about? The one who chucked down the bottle of Grand Chardonnay without a second thought? Ah, indeed, that is I. Yet, my fair lass, I would be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for the exquisite services that I was about to render. You're quite the interesting character. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bargain with the general for your release. Really? Truly? You would do such a kind service for a man such as myself? I think that may be asking for a bit much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, there's going to at least be a lawsuit. Well, there's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. And that Grand Chardonnay was the very one I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. Yeah, if she isn't pressing charges, then he's not in too big a trouble. Man, I can't believe you were released. It's a stroke of bad luck. Oh, please, don't lay on the compliments so thick. However, it pains my soul that I partook of such a fine wine without paying a single mira. Shall I play the piano in the restaurant per our contract to remedy that? I think I'm going to have to pass on that. As what happened, I think it would be a bit awkward having you back there. I, for one, don't think he'd mind that a bit. Yeah, he sure does seem to have some thick skin. Let's just think of this as an unfortunate incident for the both of us. But I don't think I can just let things go like this. Let's see. It seems that you're investigating something at the moment, right? How about I lend my assistance in return for the wine? Well, that does sound interesting. Could I ask you to join these bracers in their work? Huh, could you ever? So it's settled. Let our new working relationship bloom like a magnolia at the high of spring. Hey, hold on a sec. What did we do to deserve this? Your general weirdness aside, simply having an amateur like you around is honestly going to be a pain. Are you confident that you won't be a drag on our work? Or our sanity? Oh, well. I'm somewhat confident in my marksmanship and magic, but of course, I will be stressed if you try to list my music genius in the same group. That's kind of the line that gets me really worried. But we may get use of an extra hand. As long as we can count on the army to help us out, I have a feeling that we'll be short on manpower. Well, alright then. We'll use you for what you're worth. However, if we do happen to conclude that you're not worth your weight, you're gonna be dumped from the party. Are you going to be okay with it? Of course I won't mind. I'd never let you down, so please, rest assured. Well, my expectations of you are pretty much rock bottom now, so I know you won't let me down. I'm glad things are settled between you all. But before you go there, there's something I need to tell you. Tell us? Well, actually, the town did seem pretty nosy as we were headed here. What happened? Truth be told, last night there was a large-scale burglary in the Bose South Block. The weapon shop and Orbal factory were targeted, as were a number of private residences. What? So was it the work of the Sky Bandits? It's unknown at this time, but I think it's highly probable. A unit of the Royal Army is currently conducting an investigation. I see. So I guess we better do an investigation of our own then. Yes, I'd like to formally request that you do just that. I'll send a payment over to the guild for the work you've done so far. So please, make use of the money for your current investigation expenses. Very, very nice. I have a feeling that the army is going to get in our way again. But I guess when that happens, it happens. Whether they get in our way or not, I don't think we should be forthcoming with the army about any information we come across. Because if there's really a spy in their midst, they'll just leak it to the Sky Bandits. Though I'm reluctant to say it, I think it's for the best to keep quiet about our findings. Anyway, let's act with prudence. Alrighty, my bosom companions, shall we head to the South Block? Hey, look buddy, who made you king of the show? To be honest, with someone like Olivier in our party, he's automatically the queen of the show. But yeah, I really like those type of characters. I've said it before, it was the same as with, for instance, Dragon Quest XI. Also, perfectly an extravagant character in the midst. I love those. I recommended to the mayor that she take a break from her labors, but she has started at alleviating the citizens' concerns and bringing back peace to Bose comes first. I couldn't be more happy that Mayor Mabel has matured into such a fine young woman, but I wish she would take better care of herself sometimes. Very good, I totally agree. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it here, because the episode have taken long enough already. But we found the Linde, we beat the crap out of some Sky Bandits, we got out of prison, and we got our fourth party member that hopefully this time will stay a little bit longer so we can enjoy his combat a little bit more. But that's all gonna be on the next episode. Until then, wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, as always, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.